The Endless Golf Podcast, brought to you by Toyota.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Joining me is the golf superintendent here at Eagles Landing Golf Course, Joe McTavish. And Joe, it's great to have you on the show. And I love talking to the superintendents because you guys really have your hands on the golf courses. And more importantly, I like talking about your story. A guy from way up in the northern tip of western Pennsylvania, Erie, PA. You find your way to Ocean City, Maryland. Pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, your journey, and like a lot of journeys in the golf business when it comes to being a superintendent, you went to Penn State, and you had mentioned to me you have, four brothers?
4 older brothers, yep.
And they all went to Penn State?
All Penn State grads, yes.
So you had no choice. You were
There
going
was
to Penn
really
State.
no choice in the matter. No, I knew that's where I was headed, yes.
Now, growing up, in your younger days up in Erie, did you play golf?
I did play golf, yeah. Started off actually as a caddy, and that led to, I think we could play golf on Mondays. So developed, a love for the game of golf, and then eventually went to work on the course, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, like a lot of guys up in that area, did you also play hockey?
No, you know what? I didn't play hockey. Our school was probably one of the only ones that didn't. So, no, other than just pond hockey, skating with my buddies, but no organized hockey.
And you are a Buffalo Bills fan
Definitely
as well.
a Buffalo Bills fan. Yep, go Bills.
So I tell you, the Buffalo Bills right now, they're kind of like the Ravens. We feel like we got good teams.
Yes.
And we just want to take the next jump.
Got to take it the next jump.
AFC
yep.
Championship and then to a Super Bowl. And but you know what? Like being a Ravens fan, Buffalo had a lot of great years with football, and the fans up there are very passionate.
Oh
as well.
yeah, Bills Mafia, absolutely.
Do you get to go back and go to any games?
I haven't been in a while. No, it's a long way. They're actually in Washington this weekend, so didn't get tickets, but. The last I saw him play was up in Philadelphia a couple years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the golf now. And you went to Penn State and you had an internship, and it's amazing. Your internship was right here at Eagles Landing Golf Course.
Yeah, it's funny how life works. Came down here in the summer of 1996. Did an internship with Joe Perry. Really enjoyed it. Fell in love with not only the golf course, but really Ocean City as a whole, and kind of found out that that's where I wanted to start my career.
And I can't think of a better mentor than a guy by the name of Joe Perry, who
That's right.
started this golf course back in 1991 when it opened. Joe was here, and he just left this year in 2023, and then they hired you. So a great transition. But one of the things about Joe, not only did he do a great job, but he built a great staff as well.
He sure did. Yeah, I mean that's the first thing I noticed coming to work here was the staff. There's just so much experience, the work ethic, the organization. I can't say enough about the staff here. They're really top notch.
And for me, going around to different golf courses throughout the years, even in Ocean City and other destinations, and just talking with different people, the one thing I know is the staff, the maintenance staff, takes a lot of pride in this golf course. They feel like it's their own. One of the guys that I've had a friendship with over the years, Mark Longenecker, has been here for a long, long time, and he's always looking out for the golf course, always trying to do what's best and make the conditions as best as they can be.
It starts with Mark. Joe obviously probably got a lot of credit and well-deserved, but I'll tell you, Mark, nobody works harder or cares more about the course than he does. So I've really enjoyed working with him.
Well, what's amazing is in '96 you have your internship here. You go back to Penn State, finish up school, and then you come back to Ocean City. And your first job is at Rum Point Seaside Golf Course when the golf course opened. And like Joe Perry, you stayed there for a long, long time until last year.
Long time, yeah. I had a great run at Rum Point. Beautiful, beautiful property. I really enjoyed working there. Had a great relationship with the ownership, and yeah, so. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, knowing Tom Ruock over the years, as I have, and knowing how proud he was of Rum Point and the job that you've done over the years, one of the things, if you haven't played Rum Point Seaside Golf Lake, it's right down the street from Eagles Landing, and they're two great golf courses, and they're two courses, Joel, that are always in great condition.
Yeah.
And that's a tribute to you and Joe and your staffs that you've built over the years. But, a lot of golf courses struggle down here. But you guys have managed to keep those two golf courses in great shape over the years for sure.
Yep, I appreciate that first and foremost. And yeah, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And like you said, it's all about the team you build around yourself.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk about Joel's new job right here at Eagles Landing Golf Course as the superintendent in just a moment, so stay with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I love a good adventure, and my friends and family do too. So we all drive Toyotas. Tacomas for my rugged buds, and Corollas for my city crew. And I drive a RAV4 that I take camping, shopping, and basically everywhere else. We all picked our Toyotas because they're reliable and efficient and have amazing resale value, saving us money now and down the road, so we can make every day an adventure. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals and inventory. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Staying with me is the golf course superintendent here at Eagles Landing Golf Course, Joe McTavish. And Joe, we've had an opportunity to look back a little bit at how you arrived here in Ocean City from Erie, PA, and your first job obviously at Run Point. Now you've made the transition here to Eagles Landing, which is really a great opportunity, as you talked to me earlier about. And you got a lot of great people to work with here and a great support system for sure.
I sure do. Like we said, you know, a lot of the staff has been in place for, gosh, I think Mark's been here 32 years. You have LJ and Ross and Gary, and yeah, the staff here is second to none. A lot of experience, and really probably the thing I noticed the most is they really care about the golf course.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, that's for sure. They take a lot of pride in this, but you know, one of the things as superintendent, you have to battle a lot of things like the elements, and you know, and obviously there's different grasses. And at Run Point, where you were for 26 years, I think, you had bent grass fairways, bent grass greens. Here at Eagles Landing, a little different playing surface for sure.
A little different, yeah. The greens actually are similar. It's a combination of bent grass and Poania, but the fairways, it's a big change. As you said, these are Bermuda grass fairways, a warm season grass, versus the bent, all cool season. And actually, it's one of the things that really attracted me to this job, is I wanted to experience something different and figure out the nuances of managing a different grass. At this point, I wouldn't necessarily say one is better than the other, but they're just different management styles. The Bermuda obviously does real well in the heat of the summer.
And we've seen a lot of golf courses struggle with bent fairways because of the heat, and a lot of the golf courses are transitioning to Bermuda. But if you go to Bermuda, I guess the negative side sometimes is that you have to it'll turn brown in the winter, although it's a great playing surface.
Yeah.
But a lot of courses like Eagles Landing will overseed to make it green and give you just perfect conditions.
And that's what we do too. We overseed, as you just said, and it's really to accommodate the spring package play. So when the players arrive in March and April, they've got green grass to play on.
And since you've been in the business a long time, I'm sure you've seen the types of grasses change, and the technology in your business has certainly changed over the years, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, every year it seems like there's leaps and bounds. The grass cultivars in particular, Bermuda grass, the newer Bermuda grasses, honestly, they look just like bent grass. It's a real fine textured grass. They're greening up earlier, they're staying green longer. So yeah, just it's amazing just to watch it advance, and as soon as there's a new grass out, there's another one coming down the pipe that's even better. So, and the equipment, you know, similar to the game of golf with the clubs and the balls, our turf maintenance equipment improves all the time. You're starting to see more and more GPS technology, just trying to become more efficient, really.
Yeah, and it's amazing too. You know, even some guys, some courses will use drone footage to kind of look and see where the spots that need maybe a little bit more help. And when you see the golf course from the air, you can certainly see that. But I know the technology's changed a lot. And you know, with the position of being golf course superintendent, the one thing you can't control is the weather. And the weather plays such a huge role in what you do. I know you guys, you live and die by the forecast and try to do the best you can depending on that weather forecast.
Yeah, you got that right. This year we've been really fortunate. You don't want any extreme. You don't want it to be extremely wet or extremely dry. And honestly, this year that's what we've sort of experienced. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if you get some bad weather, you know, you got to be able to react, you know, and plan for different types of scenarios. So It's all about the weather. You're right.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things you control, but that's certainly not
You
one
can't
of them.
control
So-
that one. Yep.
Well, Joe, it's great spending some time with you, kind of going behind the curtain on your
Yeah,
golf career,
yep.
and all the best here at Eagles Landing as head golf superintendent. And it's great spending time with you.
Nice to spend time with you too. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. We'll see you next time right here on the Endless Golf Podcast. So long, everybody.
The Endless Golf Podcast has been brought to you by Toyota.